Changed me from Soul Brother No. 1 to Godfather Soul to Mr. Dynamite. Now I say I'm a gladiator because I keep on going, you know. So the Vikings now wants to film James Brown.
Everybody wants James Brown.
Well, you know, James Brown is you. James Brown is you out there. I didn't make James Brown. Thank God that he gave me the energy to carry out the role. But I was just playing a part for humanity. And I'm still playing a part for humanity. That's my role. And my role has gotten beyond a social thing, because a social thing will remain the same until we change it individually. You know what I mean?
Right.
And we got to change ourselves individually, you know. You can't expect people to keep changing it for you. That's like getting your food and asking somebody to eat it for you. The same things you have to do yourself. And I found it out over the 60s. You know, I gave my heart and everything to it. But when the going got rough, a lot of people, 90% of the politicians, backed up and walked away from me. I had to come back, with God help, another direction. I came back through the country rock clubs. And I come back, and today it's bad, but you'll see 90% non-blacks at my concert. And that's because the blacks sit there and overlooked it. They overlooked it and let themselves got hung up with disco music. It had one change in it. It's not even music. You know, a disco song is when I do one of my songs, and at the very end, we start shouting something at the very end and staying on that one chord, you know? And it's very sickening to know that people have such a great talent and get hung up on such a menial things and not get into music. I'm a jazz man. I started soul music from with the technicalities and the technique of jazz with the feeling of gospel. And I created a thing called soul music. Now I'd go on a change, a minor 7, 6, F diminished or whatever, and I stay on it for 32 bars, which was different from basically what Beethoven, Mozart, Schubert, and Bach, and Strauss, and all those fellows were into. But I let them know that I was independent, I could do what I want. I mean, the laws of music were there telling me not to do it, but they got to remember, I was picking cotton, you understand? And I was shining shoes, and I was doing all the catering things that didn't really have a mainstream job, a mainstream concept to make it. So when I got into the music, I did it my way. And it came out to set up a precedent in the music world. But I didn't intend for them to stay there. You know, that's like singing Black and Proud today. I mean, you say it's very much relevant. It's not to me, it's irrelevant. Because if you're going to stop to talk about how proud you are, exercise it. Don't tell people I'm Black and Proud, they can see you. You understand? Mm-hmm. And if you don't know what color you are, look in the mirror. I thought it was a setback for me to say it loud, I'm Black and Proud. But I saw it was needed because we were so far behind. But open up the door, I get it myself. To me, it's more heavier, you understand?
Well, you're talking about different directions.
I'm talking about one direction, straight ahead.
Well, I want to know.
Look, if my next birthday, May 3rd, I'll be 50 years old. Look at the way I look, look at the way I act, and you see the way I get on that stage, I didn't take care of business. And I see my son, I got sons, I mean, they really can't even get out of bed, you know, and can't take care of the job. And I just don't understand it. I mean, my oldest son was in my office back east, and he was like executive vice president, okay? And knowing that later on he's gonna be president, chairman, everything, because it really was for my family. And I couldn't never get that cat to open his own office. Mm-hmm. You know, what you gonna do for yourself? Now, he can't pick it because his daddy had put him there. See, so we don't need all that other stuff. We still marching and wearing our shoes out. You know, we should save that money for something else. Do what you gotta do and do it. All that other stuff it's obsolete. And I'm not gonna go out there and do all that stuff that King and them did in 68, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, I love King. I think one of the greatest men ever lived, you know? But I took the second step. I don't want to live on my knees, you know? I was down on my feet, you see? So I went to the next step, and I loved the man, you understand? He did it the way he had to do it because he did a gun day. He did another way of doing it. But I didn't ask y'all to do it that way. So I led it another way. And then you should keep it going. But it goes with integrity. But when I walk out on that stage tonight and see if there's 2,000 people out there, and I see 1,900 of them that's not black, what were we talking about in the first place?
Right.
You understand me? It's about your soul. And you know what? Dr. Detroit proves it. I'm a doctor on your soul while you get your head together.